I know I should have gone with the 51ers, but no, too soon. Well, here's a story before that story. I'm from Sault Ste. Marie, and my father worked at the steel plant, so it's very standard living in the Sioux. That's what so many people grew up with, and being laid off and whatnot. But hearing all the stories about all the bars and the local bars that they had, and some of them were so scuzzy that you so badly wanted to play in them. Because when you're 14, 15 years old, making $20 or $50 at a dingy bar is the greatest thing in the world. And so I started doing that, but I was fortunate. This is a cool story, and this is sort of a recent thing that's happened. My mentor, I would say, in the Sioux was a guy named Rusty McCarthy, and one of the best musicians I've ever met, perma-stoned, great musician, great player, intuitive, would make faces at you when you did the wrong thing, you'd learn a lot from him. And he was Mary Margaret O'Hara's longtime guitar player in Toronto, who is the sister of Catherine O'Hara. And so he was involved in the Second City people. He was friends with all of them. He used to go to the Muskokas and hang out with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell and all that. He played at John Candy's funeral. But he was a humble guy, and you wouldn't know it, that he had done all of these things. And so when I came back to the Sioux, or when he came back to the Sioux, I had asked him, what places do you play? And he said, I'll play anywhere, but I won't play Reggie's or the New American. And so I immediately wanted to play both of those places. And so I played Reggie's, which is the dankest bar you've ever been to, with a red carpet that still had all the blood and the puke on it from the 80s. And you played in this little stage that was about 4x4, and you put the full band on there, and you had to play 40-minute sets. And if the music got shut off on the break and you weren't on stage, Max, the 90-year-old bartender, would start throwing stuff at you. And it was the kind of place where the women were bigger and meaner than the men, and the men were old. It was just, but everybody in town went there because everybody could go there. It was this bizarre atmosphere. The New American was not as cool, but I liked the name better because John Hewitt and the Reggies doesn't make sense. But it's named after a pub in my hometown. It's not political or anything like that. Yeah. And a lot of people get asked or ask me about that. And I've toured the States a lot. I've only had one person bring it up down there, but I'm not sure what they think down there with the name. But okay. I like it. I think it has a ring to it, and I'm not going to let what's going on down there change my mind.
Yeah. No. There you go. Yeah.